Have you ever wondered what kids today are listening to? Maybe you have, or maybe you're one of those kids I'm talking about. Everyone's music tastes can range dramatically, from Taylor Swift's new album to the Beatles' unreleased singles. Whatever you listen to, I hope you'll join me in this topic, and my favorite band to ever exist, Metallica. Today, I'll cover the beginning, the basics. From a young James Hetfield's iconic yells to Cliff Burton's crazy bass solos, I'm Kyla, and let's begin our Metallica talk of the day. The year was 1981. Lars Ulrich would have an idea. He wanted to start a band. He found James Hetfield, and they would record their first demo, No Life Till Leather. Yes, this demo was rough. Given that there were only 2 members and 4 spots to fill, there was a lot of pressure on the two. So they would find more band members. Those band members would be Ron McGovney on bass guitar and Dave Mustaine on lead guitar. Now, these members would not last very long. From the years 1981 to 1983, the band would find small success in California, as there were a lot of other bands starting out. On April 11th, 1983, the band would fire Dave Mustaine for his wild behavior, and Ron McGovney would leave as well, leaving James and Lars right back where they started. They need more band members. They would put out an ad, and come to find Kirk playing lead guitar and Cliff Burton playing bass guitar. And then they would finally record their first album, Kill 'Em All. This groundbreaking album would include 10 songs. Hit the Lights, The Four Horsemen, Motor Breath, Jump in the Fire, Anesthesia, Pulling Teeth, Whiplash, Phantom Lord, No Remorse, Seek and Destroy, and finally, Metal Militia. Now, at this point in 1983, there were not a lot of bands with this specific, raw, heavy kind of sound. That doesn't mean that Metallica didn't have their own influences, and a couple of those bands would be Black Sabbath and Motorhead. This album would have such a big impact in music in the 80s, given that this would kind of spark the satanic panic of the 80s. Kids were dressing in leather jackets and dark clothing, and their parents didn't like that. But that was not going to stop them. And I would give anything to just go back to the 80s and live in that moment. But I'm also very glad as a teenager that I'm able to continue the legacy of heavy metal of Metallica. And that's just something, music has always been very important to me, and it's something that I really want to share with the rest of the world. I want to move on to some of the riffs that I love from this album. Love, love, love Hit the Lights. I love the beginning riff. It just hits you right in the face. It throws you right into the direction that the album is going, and it's so raw and heavy, along with the whole album. I think, although this was their debut album, it was a big deal. I think it's criminally underrated. Everyone listens to like Master of Puppets or the Black Album. I love Kill 'Em All. It's the best music to listen to when driving. Well, it depends on who you ask. Another song that I really, really recommend if you haven't heard it, Jump in the Fire. Most of the riffs in that song were from Dave Mustaine, the past guitarist. This is a big controversy in the Metallica family, the Metallica world, that Kirk stole solos and riffs from Dave Mustaine. Obviously, I was not alive in the 80s, but personally, that's something that obviously it's going to happen if you're replacing someone that had such a big influence on the band. Honestly, to those people that are judging, if you're one of those people that are judging the members for their talent, I think they're doing pretty well. And just because you don't like something that they did, doesn't mean that they care. They're doing what they like, and that is the soul of the band and the Metallica family, which I am so happy to be a part of. Metallica does not care at all. in the best way possible. They do not care what you think. They don't care what you say. They just want to do what they want to do. And that is what influenced so many other bands. That mindset, that heavy metal mindset that so many parents were afraid of. It's harmless. It's helpful. It's a good life lesson, if you may. With all of the crazy bass riffs and face-melting solos of this album, you can tell how raw it was, and although they were just starting out, you can hear that they will be successful. And I think that's such a big, important piece of this album. This had such a big influence and effect on the music industry at the time, like I've mentioned with the Satanic Panic and stuff, and it would influence so many other bands, and I'm so happy that a couple other bands are still making music like this today. They're taking us back, and I really don't think that it's going to leave anytime soon. Now, if you enjoyed learning about and hearing me yap about my favorite band, I'm sure you'll enjoy my next episode. I think it'll shock you right out of your chair. I'm Kyla. And until next time, keep calm and listen to Metallica.